What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew and Chris.
Hey.
Hello.
I have to change it up every now and then because I always come first, but
Yeah.
That's normally how it goes.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, I'm only worried about me here, so.
It's a race.
It's a race.
Yeah. I am a winner and it is a race.
Yeah, that's right. If it's not me first, then nobody gets
Yeah.
it.
If you ain't first, you're like.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of first, I don't know what I was going to say after that. Anyway, we'll just go to RoboCop. Anyway, we were going to be talking about RoboCop today. Probably the best movie of all time.
Well, RoboCop 3 is the
best movie of all time. I'm
finally got to say.
I'm afraid that no one heard what I just said.
I heard.
What I said was RoboCop 3 is the absolute best movie ever made. Hands down.
With a straight face.
Ow.
Oh, yeah. I have no glasses on.
Hey. Too sweet that.
Too sweet. Yeah. Splatterpunks are the best.
Yeah, they are. Actually, and I would say, okay, RoboCop 3, let's get serious here.
Let's get real serious.
Not the best movie. Not even the best RoboCop movie. I'm just telling the truth. I'm getting serious, okay? Splatterpunks, probably the best RoboCop enemies.
Oh, I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree.
They are
The rest of them are just like suits.
They were.
They're just
They
suits.
were.
Clarence Boddicker says hi.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh no, he's a bitch.
No, I mean,
He's a bitch compared to them Splatterpunks.
he was a better main bad guy, but his flunkies weren't. You know, they were memorable.
His flunkies were definitely flunkies, but
They were memorable, but they were flunkies. The Splatterpunks were, were a weird, I don't know what word I'm trying to use. Like they were unique.
They were unique. They were a good fit for how outlandish the series is.
Exactly.
And the style it is.
It was getting crazier and crazier.
And it fits the Detroit, like, downtrodden, complete fucking mess of a city, overrun by gangs.
Yep.
It was that perfect 90s punk style that I think it gave it character. I think it was great I think that's what's so great about it. And they were dangerous as shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was afraid of them.
Yep.
The cops were anyway, but the cops should be afraid of everybody in cities like that. I actually think I watched RoboCop 3. Honestly, I think I watched it first.
Oh no. And you stayed with it.
Oh yeah. Well, here you got to understand. I was a kid when I watched it, and it was actually PG-13, so it wasn't so bad. But it was
3 was.
It was later in life. It was late. Yeah. It was. I'm pretty sure it's PG-13.
That's hard to believe.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Wow.
PG-13 and RoboCop should never be spoken in the same sentence.
Well, it happened again. So
it shouldn't.
A movie directed by, the first one directed by Paul Verhoeven should never be PG-13.
But I mean, it was hard. It was hard not to like RoboCop 3, man. It was cool when, even if it was your first movie as a kid, RoboCop is awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's everything. It has everything you want: guns, action, robots.
Yeah.
Cool robots that drive cars.
Hell yeah.
It was a kid's dream because it was. I mean, you could fucking see the toy line, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? That was a toy seller, man.
Yeah.
I had all kinds of RoboCop stuff.
Yeah. Well, and
I had the one that you could change the plates out, like the damage plate versus the really clean chest piece, and then you could take his helmet off.
I had one that came with a cassette tape.
Really?
I don't remember what the hell it said.
Yeah, this little piece. I got it from Toys R Us in St. Louis when my grandma lived up there. But like one was like a shattered visor.
Wow.
And then there was one was a clean visor, and you could just interchange. It was awesome.
So he's kind of like Soundwave?
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
That's cool.
It's cool as shit.
That's cool.
It was just like busted up, damaged RoboCop, and they came with a clean RoboCop too.
That's neat.
Yeah, you just interchange parts and stuff. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you won't talk about toys anymore. That's fine.
No,
I was in
RoboCop
mode.
3.
Yeah, let's just get RoboCop 3 out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's
the first one I watched.
It's not the best one.
No, it's not.
It's
Contrary to what we said at the beginning of the podcast,
it's not
for
even
those
close.
who don't understand sarcasm.
But I do hold it high up there. It is fun.
Listen, I can't help but I understand why people don't like it. I understand that it's not good.
Yeah.
I can't, and there is a little bit of bias because it was the first one I watched, but it was still a cool night. It was cheesy. It was a cheesy, very, very 90s movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man, I just loved it. It had some of the coolest parts in the series in it.
It did.
The fucking jetpack. Yep. I mean, that was awesome as a kid.
Dude, okay,
it might be cheesy now.
It looks bad.
It looks bad now.
Let me just say a few words here together, okay? Ninja, robot, katana.
I know.
And then twins.
Yeah. Twins. I know. That's what I'm saying.
What?
I know.
You put all those together?
How about the cool fucking arm attachment with the missile?
Yeah, that was
launcher?
awesome. That was awesome.
How he come barreling off and this is just cops for you, right? Just don't give a shit about destruction. He pulled some Batman shit where he didn't care about the city's destruction. He comes barreling off to save Lewis, busts through it was like some kind of diamond interchange or some shit. He comes barreling off down on top to save her from the splatterpunks.
Yeah.
And
that was a really cool scene.
That was so awesome. He lands the car, has the attachment in his armor, and he gets that. Oh my god! Yeah. It had like a flamethrower on the top and a missile on the. As a kid, man, that's cool as shit.
Yep,
that is cool as shit.
Yep. And I think the beginning. Actually, I would go ahead and say that the beginning to all three RoboCops are probably some of the coolest beginnings.
Oh yeah,
of any.
I thought
any
RoboCop 3.
Movie.
Actually, I thought RoboCop 3's beginning was where it shined, and then after that, it tapered off bad.
I agree.
But I think it was awesome at the beginning.
Yeah, it was
right up until Lewis died. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I was pretty upset about Lewis dying.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the new actor playing RoboCop?
You know what? As the first one, I didn't know.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's kind of like
to me,
kind of hard to tell really till they take. Like later on when he takes his helmet off, you can't really tell.
You can't. Yeah,
it's kind of
you can a little bit, but it's not like I said. It didn't bother me or change anything because I did. But after watching the first two, and as I got older, Peter Weller's obviously RoboCop. Right, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I obviously hold the first one in the highest regard here because it is the first one and it's amazing.
Yeah,
and Peter Weller is truly amazing as RoboCop. But
yeah,
but 3 is. But I can't. Well, as I was saying, I just can't help but put 3 up there because almost probably above 2 in a way. Not because it's
even though it's worse.
Even though it's worse,
like it better.
Yeah, just because.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like I like 2 is better.
2 is much better.
It goes.
I mean, much, but it's better.
When you talk about RoboCop, it goes 1, 2, 3 as it should.
Yeah.
I mean that's how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think 3 is way funner than 2.
Yeah.
I think 1 is better than 2 and 3 put together.
Yeah.
And it's
and
it's just as fun to watch. But 3 is so outlandish and stupid.
It's the Jason X.
Kind of. That's kind of what I was trying to think of. It's like the Jason X or the Freddy versus Jason. It is super stupid.
Yeah. And
it shouldn't even be acknowledged, but it's so much fun that it's like I kind of like watching it.
I think, I mean, as I get older, you really see the bad in it. The bad guys are, other than the Splatterpunks, the bad guys are pretty weak.
Oh yeah. The corporate bad guys.
Yeah, they're obviously corporate, so you get it's very cliche. But I just don't like how.
Well, I mean, they were always like that.
Yeah, they were. They were the suit. They were the suit style.
Yeah.
You know, government type, whatever. But I don't know. Like it just seemed ridiculous how. It was just ridiculous all around. I think. But at the same time,
Japanese. Suit people.
Well, that was pretty insane too. But I don't know. At the same time, the whole series kind of shows you that. How it kind of really is. It's always going to be the people, the rebels versus, the system.
Yeah.
It's always going to be people versus the system.
Yeah.
And in this case,
except the people in real life don't have a RoboCop.
exactly. And in this case, who was OCP and then eventually. Yeah. Anyway, in this case, in these movies, the cops, the regular Detroit police, are actually the good guys.
Yeah. And
then OCP's the bad guys. They're the corporate type, government type cops or whatever. They oversee. They're the ones that made them. I don't know. I think most of all that shit's bad, and it's usually us versus them. Period. But anyway, I do like that story. That's just a good story.
Yeah,
it's always going to be a good story. It's no different than Star Wars or anything else.
With or without robot cop.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars the same way. Yeah, you're always going to have a rebel versus the system.
Yeah,
what tyrannical system?
What's your favorite part of RoboCop?
3?
No, just RoboCop in general. From all 3.
I said off camera, Clarence Boddicker is one of my favorite villains, top 5 villain of all time for any movie for me. He's
a very, very good real villain.
Yeah,
I like him. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
and Kurtwood Smith is such a cool actor.
I think he's a bad guy in real life.
He's got to be.
He has to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like the.
You know what it is? I think him and Red Foreman are the same person.
Yeah, they are probably
they're exactly the same person. It's like Red Foreman
frozen in carbonite.
Well, Red Foreman. This was like 10 years later, right? Than that 70s show. So I think Red Foreman finally just got enough of all those dumbasses.
Yeah,
and turned into a bad guy.
Yeah, probably.
All of his give a damn.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, if you had Topher Grace as a son,
oh man,
you would too.
I think I would have killed myself instead of.
I think one reason people can identify with RoboCop so well, which is a crazy statement in itself, is it's really an urban western when you think about it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think my favorite thing, I know it's a small little silly thing, but I think my favorite thing about RoboCop is that he draws his gun from his hip, and then the whole
comes in to clean up the town.
Yeah. I was just that.
And I love the gun too.
That was one of the coolest things when I was a kid. That shit opening up and it coming out, and then he was setting it back in there. It goes back in his leg and closes up. That's just the coolest shit back in the day. Like that is some
still
awesome,
to this day.
Creative shit back then.
Yeah,
like that's so cool.
Oh yeah,
and to this day, I understand why they had to update the remake with like the new CGI look and the sleeker tech and the faster tech. But I think that bulky, slow ass shit looks way cooler. Like the old armor looked way cooler.
Yeah.
Well, he actually had to act in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so. Exactly. It just looked way cooler than this new one did. Just did.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
And I like
because anymore, like nowadays, no matter what movie it is, no matter what it is, everything seems to just look the same.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I mean? It might have a couple different traits, but everything just seems like it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
I think I said earlier off camera, I think the remake of RoboCop gets shit on way too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I did like it.
It's not near as good.
No.
As RoboCop 1.
Well, the reason,
but I mean,
the reason that it wasn't as good is because it didn't take it. It took itself way too seriously for one.
Yeah, it did.
The thing about RoboCop 1 that stands out is it's excessively violent and gory.
Yeah.
On purpose. It is excessively over the top. It kind of makes fun of itself a little bit. I mean, they actually, the thing I liked about 1 and 2, especially 1, was they made their own ridiculous propaganda commercials.
Social satire.
Yeah, exactly. They made their own social satire for the movie.
Yep.
It was just a very, very clever film.
Well, and the remake,
and ridiculous.
They did kind of the same thing, but it was the news network. It wasn't the same.
Samuel Jackson or whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't the same thing.
Social media-ish.
No. It wasn't, I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
ridiculous toy and car commercials and stuff like that.
It wasn't that. It was Samuel L. Jackson reading you the news.
It had its own special feel to it. That's what was so great about RoboCop.
Yeah. Since we're talking about the remake now, I don't hate the remake. There's nothing special about it, and it was unnecessary.
Yeah,
it was.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was okay.
But it It wasn't the worst thing that's ever.
They spent $100 million on something that you watch and go,
yeah, pretty much.
You know, I think that's what separate, and that's why 2 will always be better than 3, because 2 actually still had the same formula as 1.
Yeah,
even though it wasn't quite as strong of a story, it will always have that.
Yeah,
and Robocane was ridiculous, but at the same time, kind of interesting.
Yeah,
just scary and goofy at the same time. But I think 3 had a lot of cool action moments. It was very 90s. It was cleaner because of all the complainers. I don't know what was going on. I can't remember exactly what. Maybe they wanted to sell more toys.
Probably.
And I think that, I don't know if that was around the same time as the launch of the animated series they had. Because they had a cartoon.
Yeah, I think it was.
They had a cartoon that was, it still showed him getting brutally murdered. Yeah. Just obviously no blood and stuff. It was
by that time you had Al and Tipper Gore
yeah.
helping run things. So there you go.
Oh, yay. Yeah, well, and I think wasn't that around the time, was it the early 90s that, which I think RoboCop 3 was 93.
Yeah.
Wasn't that around the time that all the metal shit started again? Or was that all like the moms against metal music and all that shit? Wasn't that the same time?
PMRC.
Yeah, because Dee Snider was the head of all that.
Yeah.
Like he was leading the charge on saving metal, saving rock.
Yeah, that was when.
But
she was attacking everybody.
Yeah,
that was when Al Gore invented the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a good time. Thank you, Al Gore.
Yeah.
Well, you know who invented RoboCop? A guy named Ed Neumeyer, and I guess he took the script for RoboCop to like all these different places and got laughed out because the title was just so outrageous.
RoboCop. Yeah.
And the only reason this movie actually got made is they took it to Orion, who had success with the Terminator 2 or 3 years before, and they saw a robot movie, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why not? Let's do this. So
Man,
imagine that.
The premise of this was so...
Imagine. How did Orion go under? They had, Orion made 80% of the films from my childhood.
Right.
Really? Where the hell did they go?
Yeah, that's the answer for Wikipedia, I guess, because I don't know.
Look it up.
How did they
they might have got bought or merged, too.
Yeah, but, man, how were they not the buyers? You know what I'm saying?
Disney bought them.
Wow.
Like they buy everything else.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. There's really nothing... there's nothing that can really hold a candle to 1.
I would dare to say RoboCop it's in my top 5 of action movies from the 80s.
RoboCop?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because of all the humor and the satire with the commercials.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize they did that many movies.
Who?
Orion.
Yeah. Every movie that I'm telling you, every
Dances
movie
with Wolves.
Every movie
Platoon,
from your childhood, yes.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Woo, Mississippi Burning, which I never did watch, but
Me neither.
RoboCop 1, 2, 3, Addams Family, Caddyshack.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Damn. Which I loved Addams Family.
Yeah.
I did. Raul Julia's best role, man. Other than in Bison.
Yeah, now fucking too sweet to that.
Bam!
I will give you that.
Yeah. That poor man should be alive and be one of the best actors of all time right now.
Yep, I agree.
I love Raul Julia, dude. And him as Gomez Adams he was so great for that role.
Yep. He was.
I love those films, man.
He was an extremely good character actor.
He was, yes.
He was. Because, you knew who he was immediately, but he was still... I don't know how to explain it. You know how you see some of these actors and they are still themselves?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they're supposed to be this character, they're still themselves. This guy was... he had a unique look about him to where he could be like that, but instead he was always the character, no matter what.
Right.
And that's really, really hard to do. To have a unique look and be such a good actor that you can pull that off. That's rare.
In a lot of ways, Peter Weller's that.
He is.
Way.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he took this, which could have been totally goofy, and just put all this time in it with the mime work and everything that he did.
Yep.
I mean, you look at this and you look at other things he's done. It's the movie where he's the exterminator, and he starts getting high on his own stuff. Naked Lunch by David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Just totally just off the wall stuff.
Yeah.
That it's like, who could have pulled that off? And how different would it have been if Peter Weller hadn't have done it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. There's every movie, or well, not every movie, but a lot of movies have someone like him.
Right.
If he wasn't around for RoboCop, would RoboCop have been RoboCop?
Right. Like
you know what I mean?
If you'd have put Arnold, who was like the star of the time.
Great Balls of Fire.
Not to mention you couldn't have found a suit big enough for Arnold. Can you imagine how bulky?
No.
So I guess there's I mean Viacom I think bought a lot of stakes in it.
Somebody sold out.
Yeah.
Somebody
Viacom
well
owns
the
everything.
guy he sold most of his stakes and then the Viacom bought the rest, or he like sold most of them down to like from 20 to 5% of his own, and then they bought the rest. But they were still Orion. Columbia Pictures, a much larger studio, would pay Orion $175 million to distribute Orion's movies and television programs overseas. They're still around. Okay, so apparently they had some good movies, but a lot of them probably didn't do like they had. I think they had more failures than they did successes.
Well, they were putting out friggin'
Right.
19 movies a week.
Right, right. So it looks like they actually went through some bankruptcy. They went through bankruptcy. So I think that's what
That
actually
ain't no
happened.
thing. Donald Trump's filed bankruptcy like 7 times.
Well,
man.
I don't know if this was chapter 11. This might have been 7 or some shit. I don't know whatever that is.
Now he leads a country.
Yeah. Now he is here.
I know just from what I heard from the Terminator, they were hurting for money because
Yeah.
whenever Terminator was #1, the first week it came out, James Cameron was like, "Hey, we need more money for advertising." They're like, "Well, we don't have it,"
Wow.
and they eventually went over somebody's head and got it for TV spots.
Wow.
So
Can you imagine?
Metro Media.
Can you imagine having Terminator
right.
Yeah.
and not being able to advertise?
They just thought it was a schlubby little movie, you know.
So MGM basically kept it intact after that. Like from the looks of it.
Huh.
I'm just browsing through this. In fact, they bought out its distribution contract with Warner Brothers for $225 million, effectively ending the distribution problems. So they pretty much went away after that. And then in 2013, MGM revived the Orion television brand after it was shut down from its bankruptcy in the early 90s, blah, 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 as Orion TV Productions with a new syndicated series called Paternity Court. Yeah. And
what a way to bring you back.
yeah, bring you back. But they're back under Orion now.
Huh.
But it's through MGM or some shit.
I always thought they had the coolest logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very 80s looking one.
Yeah.
It's May 2017. Orion Pictures and Warner Brothers released Max 2 White House Hero direct to DVD. It's all MGM basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that mess, time-consuming mess, has suckers. Just a good way to stall. I guess I don't know. What was your favorite? What was your least favorite part of 3?
Oh, least favorite part of 3.
All of it? Almost all of it. I know Andrew's answer.
Probably the ninja face.
Okay. Oh yeah, the crazy smile.
Yeah.
I think that's like the best and worst part of that entire movie together was the two ninjas facing each other and then like killing each
Dying.
Yeah.
other, like in the
Cutting
dumbest
each
way,
other's
like
heads off.
decapitating each other.
Well, anybody that doesn't know, that doesn't want to watch the movie, there is a girl and she is a hacker. She is an awesome computer hacker, and there are 2 ninja robot samurai katana wielding things, and they're both going up against RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't use his gun, obviously. But she hacks into him somehow. I don't remember how.
She's
But-
like 8 years old.
Yeah. she hacks into them and makes them turn on each other and chop their own heads off.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's way more ridiculous than the other 8-year-old or 10-year-old or 12 or whatever he was that was on drugs in the second one, and was apparently this big deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird shit.
Yeah,
it was
it
like
was
this
weird.
leader of the group, kind of almost.
Yeah.
Is that her son? Was that her son in that movie?
Huh.
It was just some random kid.
No,
Well, was he?
no.
I thought he was just random.
He was the underling to Cain.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going to tell you guys something that's going to blow your minds.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm ready.
All right. The kid who tells RoboCop you can't shoot a kid, can you? You know.
Yeah.
Have you heard that voice somewhere before? That kid's voice?
I don't know.
I IMDb'd him because I'm like, I know I've heard that voice before. That kid, the drug dealing, underworld leading kid, was Littlefoot in
No.
The Land Before.
No.
Look
Holy
it up.
shit.
What?
And I told it to my wife. I'm like, come in here and close your eyes and tell me what that voice is. And I told her, and she's like, oh my gosh, you are right.
Oh, now I gotta
That is-
watch it.
Yeah, that is the kid who did the voice for Littlefoot.
That's
Holy
insane.
Dropping F-bombs and
Great.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Great deal.
That's awesome. They should have replaced some of his voice acting with
RoboCop dialogue.
With RoboCop dialogue.
Well, if they would have, that'd been great. In 2018, you'd probably never get away with that.
No.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's got a folding machine gun that he's just
Yeah.
taking
I
everybody out.
think it's a little ridiculous, don't you?
Yeah, it takes some people out of the movie.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about how
Big
much you love
badass
3.
fucking 10-year-old.
2's not as good as 1. I like 2 a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
I had a point that I wanted to say earlier, but I forgot, and you just reminded me. I think the effects in 1 are better than 2 and 3, even though it's older than both.
that can be argued.
I think 1's effects are better.
Yeah, so some of the stop motion in 1 is clunky.
It is.
I just watched 2
It's
today
pretty
for the
clunky,
first
too.
time in like 10 years,
Yeah.
and there some of the animation in 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Better than I remembered it.
Yeah. It's still pretty
It's
bad.
very. I remember I watched it. God, like a couple years ago was the last time I watched 2, and
It's
it
just the
was
stop
very,
motion stuff,
It
though.
was
It's
very
not-
clay.
Yeah.
Like you could tell. You could tell when it was clay.
Yeah.
When it was clay motion.
Yeah, that claymation. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's the weakest part of it, but it's the time.
Yeah,
you're not going
but
to change it.
It's solid movie.
It is a solid. Oh, well, everything else, like the practical effects, were still hold up.
I do agree with you that the kid is a little over the top.
It takes me out
having
of
the
it.
kid as.
I still like the movie, but it takes
Yeah.
me out of it.
Yeah.
Robocane was ridiculous,
Well,
but Robocane
yeah.
was awesome too. At the same time, when he like tricks her into thinking that everything's cool, and then he like just picks her up and throws her around, breaks her neck and like a rag doll.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
They touch on some things that they never really follow up with in the movie too. Like in the first movie, he has memories of his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and in this one, he's actually kind of watching her from the side street, and she goes to meet him, but it never really goes anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
He tells her, "I don't know you," and she takes off. And I was waiting for a payoff, but it never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
never
See,
really
I don't
Well,
understand that.
And 3 kind of does that a little bit.
Well, that was what was so tragic and interesting about the first one, and kind of in the second one, that whole thing, because you never get any kind of further closure. You never get anything from that.
No.
You just get his memories, and she don't ever see him.
Right.
You know, as far as she knows, and I get that that's what the program is. But no one knows it's him. No one's. But by what was it by the end of the first one? Was it by? Was it the second one? They were all calling Murphy. Was it by the first one? They were.
Yeah, but at the end of the first one, they're like, "Nice shooting, son. What's your name?"
Yeah, Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy.
Yeah, that was at the end though.
Yeah.
But so by the second one,
Yeah,
they all knew.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not finish that off? I don't understand that. I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know either.
what was your
There was.
favorite part of 2? Worst, like least favorite part of 2?
I don't know.
I think Robocane, like killing that chick, was awesome.
Yeah, probably.
I thought that little kid eating it was pretty awesome
Yeah.
because I just didn't like him. in the movie. So him getting killed was like, whatever.
I like at the end where he pulls Kane's brain out and slams it against the pavement.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Least favorite part's when they actually show Kane's brain and they've got his eyeballs sticking out all Looney Tunes style.
Yeah.
I thought that was really
goofy.
really goofy.
One had a lot of cool moments.
Yeah.
I thought, like you said, Clarence Bodiger, one of the best bad guys ever.
Yeah.
Some of the best lines, the biggest asshole. It's believable.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest asshole.
I really believe he's the bad guy in real life.
Yeah. That scene where Morton has the two hookers in his house and he comes in and shoots them in the legs and then pulls the grenade out.
Yes.
It's just a crazy good
and
scene.
Leaves and then he has to crawl to it.
Yeah,
Oh
bitches
my God.
leave.
Yeah. Bitches leave. Just give me my fucking phone call. That was awesome. That badass fucking rifle they had too. Blowing shit up. Now the most annoying character was that black guy though. The hyena laughing guy.
God.
What the hell?
I don't know. Well, and they had the Splatterpunks were kind of like that in 3.
Yeah, but
with the hyena laughing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can kind of get into that though. I can understand that, but this guy was just obnoxious.
Yeah.
He didn't fit any the same. He wasn't the same as any other character.
No.
It was just out of place. My favorite scene from the first RoboCop though was when he fired him at the end, and then he's like, "Thank you," and just shoots the shit out of him. That was awesome.
I'm thinking my favorite scene's the scene when they're bringing Ed 209 in the beginning, and he just massacres that guy all over that white model.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, somebody call a paramedic."
Yeah.
He's taking 200 rounds in the chest.
There was a lot of really cool scenes with him when he did that spike into that dude's chin. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah. Man, there were a lot of really good.
A lot of gory, a lot of cool parts.
I'm saying that's a bold statement, but I'm saying top 5 from the 80s for me.
Top 5 action movies or any movie.
Action movie.
Top 5 action movies of the 80s.
Which that's the only kind
I
there
would.
are.
I could.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I could probably say that.
I know there's comedies. There's comedies, and then there's.
I could probably say RoboCop's top 5. I don't know where I would put it, but
it'd be 4 or 5.
Yeah,
probably.
Well, I don't know, because by the late 80s when RoboCop comes out, it was 87, but 88, 89, 90, you had all the Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal movies too.
Yeah,
it's like, man.
Well, I would put RoboCop over all Steven Seagal's movies. And I
would put RoboCop over
most of
Van Damme's. Yeah, absolutely.
Not all,
even Bloodsport.
No, I love Bloodsport. There's nothing that can
I do
tear me away.
I do like
you
Above
can't
the Law.
you can't tear me away from Bloodsport.
I like Above the Law a lot. So I like Out for Justice too. Wasn't that 80?
Oh, really?
Wasn't that 88 or 9 too?
I don't know.
Oh no, that was 90. I think that was 91 or something.
I'm not sure.
94. I can't remember.
When was Bloodsport? Was it 87?
87, 88.
Yeah.
I
thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Bloodsport.
Kickboxer.
I'm more of a Bloodsport.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. There's like Commando, and there's Terminator, and then there's in no particular order.
Yeah.
Then there's
well, there's Predator.
Yeah,
Predator.
For me and him, there's Predator.
Predator,
Oh,
RoboCop, Beetlejuice. They have a lot of action.
Yeah, I got a
Batman.
I have only seen Beetlejuice one time.
Really?
Yeah,
I've seen Beetlejuice a
and
bunch.
I don't even think I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
When I watched it.
You haven't seen it since?
Nope.
Really? I like Beetlejuice.
It's worth watch.
I like Beetlejuice.
It's the Keats.
Same thing with Edward Scissorhands. Somebody was talking about Edward Scissorhands the other day.
I watched that.
I watched it when it first came out.
Less than 6 months ago, I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen it again.
I think I watched it around Halloween, actually, last year. I liked it. I still like it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen the whole thing all the way through.
Really? I still like it.
I don't remember.
I'm not a huge Johnny Depp fan.
I don't remember any of it, and man, you're getting it too sweet for that.
I mean, I like him in
Nightmare
on Elm Street.
I think he is the... Oh, man, I don't know, because there's a lot of them, but he is one of the most overrated actors of all time. Not just a little bit.
I think
but
he's... I don't even know how many people would call him a good actor.
There's a lot of people.
I think it's just people who like him because he's got a look about him.
I think so too. But there's a lot of people that will say, like, I know a lot of people that like his acting.
I like the Pirates movies.
He's not acting. They just put a goofy ass costume on him, and he's being himself. He is like that. He is Jack Sparrow.
No, he's not. He's not that bad. He's pretty weird. He's weird though.
Oh man, I
don't think he's that weird.
Oh, he is.
I don't know, dude.
It just depends on what drug he's taking. I
liked Sleepy Hollow, and I like From Hell too. I thought From Hell was pretty decent.
I'm going to throw one out, and you guys are going to say it's probably overrated.
You like Cry Baby?
I like Gilbert Grape.
Oh, what's eating Gilbert?
I'm not a big Gilbert Grape fan.
You're a Cry Baby fan? You like Cry Baby?
I don't know what that is.
That's terrible. Don't watch it.
Okay.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh my god, like musical. It's like a musical.
Oh really?
Oh dude.
Oh my.
Well, he did Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, that was Much later. Cry Baby was when he was young.
I want to say
it was like one of his first.
I want to say he's in a
Nightmare.
band, so I can see that. Like,
really?
He has a band or he plays guitar.
Were they
or
emo?
something. I don't know.
I about guarantee it.
But I remember seeing a picture of him.
He's playing with like old rock bands right now.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's out on the stage playing with I don't even know like. I don't know, it was Aerosmith. No, was it Def Leppard? Who was it? It was somebody.
I don't know. It's not Def Leppard.
No, it's not Def Leppard. He was playing with some old rock bands though that like we all know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, Jinx.
Where were we at?
RoboCop 3.5.
The best movie of all time.
RoboCop, the animated series.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it.
Did they make an animated series?
They made cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Cartoon. I don't know how long when it didn't go very long.
Not very long.
No, it was early 90s, probably, or late 80s, early 90s.
They had RoboCop video game.
Which was awful.
Was
RoboCop versus Terminator video.
Wasn't it out on Data East? Was that the company that made that?
I have no idea.
The reason why I ask, I noticed today when watching RoboCop 2, they were in an arcade, and every single arcade game is a Data East.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it probably was.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was. Yeah. I played them on Super Nintendo, those old systems.
They were bad.
They were so bad.
I remember
real
playing.
bad.
Well, the Terminator games were really bad too.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it was impossible to win.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Terminator
For
2.
Super NES
was impossible. I couldn't even make it past first level.
Yeah.
The one where you're in the channels.
Well, I would think it was like outside a diner. Like there was just people shit. There's shit
the
everywhere.
Punks just keep coming at you, and you've got metal hands, and you're punching them 50 times.
Yeah, well, that and you can't maneuver because he's such a big blocky cyborg.
Yep.
And you don't have any movement about him or jump about him. You just get hit.
Yeah.
Everything hits you, and it's just impossible. Absolutely impossible. I hate it. They should never make games like that ever again.
They should never do it.
Ever. They should have never did it.
Well, and they
cash cow
they got games like
there's probably Acclaim or what was a big one back then?
It was Acclaim, I remember.
It was Acclaim.
Yep.
Yeah. Ocean's probably
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
they did. They just did everything. Acclaim did everything back then. Just getting movie IPs and releasing bullshit.
Yep.
They all did it because Konami did a lot. But I can say something about Konami. Batman Returns, the Super Nintendo game for Konami, was actually probably one of the best Batman games ever made.
I love Batman for NES.
Batman for NES was awesome too. Yeah,
but I like Konami for Castlevania.
Yeah. Castlevania,
How
the
can
old
you
stuff
not?
was awesome. Exactly.
Look at you guys. You got me talking about video.
That's their bread and butter, other than Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Well, Pachinko.
Well, that's
Machines.
that's now or whatever. That's their slot.
No, that was
machines and
always
shit.
their.
That's a slot machine. Well, we're talking about video games though,
Yeah.
like not slot machines.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
I know,
You
but
said
that's
those
their
are bread and butter.
for video games.
But their bread and butter is actually Pachinko
Yeah,
machines.
I mean it's a bread and butter for video games. What I mean. You know what I meant, damn it. RoboCop 3 though, great movie.
I buy that for $1.
I would buy that for $1.
I have bought it for $1.
Yeah.
No, I've got the Blu-ray trilogy now.
Really?
A lot of cool special features on it.
Yeah.
I
need that.
Yeah, you do. I brought it with me. I'll show it to you.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I give you the hookup.
Yeah, I need it because I really do like all three of them.
I wish there was something better for the series after 3. You know what I mean? I wish it would. I wish it could have come back with this new one and they could have made something from it, and they just never did. You know, they didn't.
Well, and I had high hopes for the guy too.
I thought he did fine.
He did fine, but I was hoping that he was just going to shock everybody, and they were all going to be like, "Oh my god!"
I knew
he's
that
so
was going to
good."
happen.
Yeah. He looks like a black armored version of the monster from The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, with just the single line across, it was very underwhelming.
I was just saying it's like every other robot suit you'd find in a movie now. It's just all the same shit.
Yeah,
it's lazy.
It's too fast.
It's just too fast.
He was too fast.
Give him a real. Make him get in a real suit.
He should have been.
Yeah.
Real clunky.
Yeah.
He should have walked like Ric Flair.
Yeah. Woo. Right before
He should have, and he should have talked like him.
Yeah, he should have wooed. Right.
That was another thing, talking about things that are out of place. About two that I kind of liked was after he got torn apart and put back together, they gave him all these directives to be nice to people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Lewis almost gets killed because of it.
Yeah.
Well, was it the second one where it got real political there in the middle, where they had to control him more and they had to have him be Mr. Nice Cop? Was that in the first one, or was that in the?
That was in the second.
In the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They also, I noticed today, the OCP logo. They had flags hanging down from like City Hall, and they are the exact color of Nazi flags: red, white, and black.
Yeah. I a lot of comparisons there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan O'Herlihy. I think that's how you say his name. I can never say it right. The old man from Halloween 3. He is awesome in these.
Yeah. Oh, he's great in all of them.
Yeah.
He's great in everything. Perfect suit bad guy, man.
Right.
That conspiracy
he is.
nut looking.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed? It's off topic. Well, it's not off topic, but it's something for only us. I guess us to really understand. But have you ever noticed how Rolla's like the Phelps County Hospital logo looks a lot like OCP?
It does. I thought the same exact thing.
Thank you. Every time I see Rolla,
it looks exactly.
They stole it from RoboCop.
Yeah.
I know it.
It looks
maybe
like,
it's online if you guys
want
to see it.
Yeah, Rolla, Missouri.
yeah, their hospital logo looks like the OCP logo.
Yeah, it looks just like
They own the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I guarantee you they
pretty
do.
much.
It's a hospital. They have to.
Yeah.
They're gonna weaponize it.
Yeah,
Probably.
they're building a RoboCop probably right now. Bless you.
Thank you.
Excuse you.
Sorry.
Run the podcast.
Anyway.
Anyway. Any
RoboCop made me do it.
Yeah, RoboCop made you do.
He said,
OCP.
He said, "Your move, creep."
OCP. Yeah. Any final statements? Any final words? Closing?
I don't think so.
The first one's great. Everybody should see it.
Definitely.
Love it. Cherish it.
Watch every single one of them.
I think everybody should watch all of them.
Well, yeah, I think they're all worth a watch, but the first one.
Well, yeah.
You're probably going to have the same.
If you got small children in the room, don't watch the first one and probably half of the second one with the children in the room with you.
I would watch either one of them with the children in the room, and then watch the third one with the children.
I showed this to my son like 4 years ago.
Well, I mean, I said small children.
Was he a children then?
He would have been like 9.
There you go.
That's
I
different.
said.
Oh,
small
yeah, let me tell you
children.
something. I watched RoboCop 1 way too fucking early, man.
I'm saying
because
small.
Alex Murphy's death is one of the most gruesome, horrific, haunting thing I have ever seen as a person.
I don't think we touched on that.
We didn't really touch on that, I don't think. That is the most horrific thing, one of the most horrific things I've ever seen as a kid in a movie that really fucked me up for just a little bit.
Not just as a kid.
As an adult.
Even
as a person, it's worse.
Adults.
Well, because, I mean, this is a gory movie.
Yeah.
And it's a real movie. And these guys, they shot the hell out of him with a bunch of pistols and shotguns. There's like 3 or 4 guys. 4 or 5 guys. 4 guys. From like 6 foot or less away. And by the end of it, half of his arm was missing because they shot his hand and his arm off. Chunks of his head, everything, and then they finished him off with the bullet to the head that looked just gruesome. Like, that is sick.
Yeah.
And it was horrible to watch.
Yeah.
I remember it was really hard for me to watch as a kid. And I shouldn't have been watching it anyway, but you know how us we are, man. We watch shit we're not supposed to. I had to fast forward through it a couple times. It took me a little while to actually be able to watch it when I was a kid. It was rough.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was terrible. It was kind of the same thing you when you see.
I thought it was worth the acid melting.
Oh, where he hits him with the car.
Yeah, that was...
He's crawling to, or he's walking slowly to him.
That was way worse for me than his death at the first.
Get away from me, man.
That was pretty nasty too. Because then he like blow up, or
when he hits him with the car.
Yeah, he's deteriorated so bad he just splatters.
It's nasty. And then what else was there? Oh, well, like Jaws. And I don't remember the first one was pretty but the second one of the things that lingered in my mind for a long time after I watched it was in the second Jaws movie, towards the end, where it come up behind that girl, and it was just like one of the nice, quiet girls, you know what I mean? He come up behind her, and it looked like he just swallowed her whole. Like he just grabbed her up and swallowed her whole. That was just like, for some reason that just scared the shit out of me. But there was some shit that I seen as a kid I shouldn't have been watching.
I don't fuck with sharks.
I don't either.
I don't fuck with the ocean.
That's why I live in the middle of the United States of America.
Right. I got a confession. I've seen Jaws many times, but I've not seen any of the sequels.
What?
I haven't either.
You ever seen the sequels?
No.
So you're telling us something we didn't know.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You gotta watch the sequels.
Never seen them.
Oh my god!
I just told you I don't mess with the ocean, man.
Well, you can watch the movies.
Don't mess with the ocean. Don't mess with Detroit and OCP.
You see gills? You see gills right here?
You can watch
because we're not supposed to go in there.
There's a lot of scary shit. There's a lot of scary shit up in there.
Did you know? Okay, fun fact. Did you guys know that us human beings, we know more about the surface of Mars than our own ocean floor?
I believe it.
Yeah.
We do. We actually have a complete map of the surface of Mars, and we can't do that with our own ocean because it goes so deep. Dude, that is terrifying.
I guarantee you there's megalodons.
I guarantee
and krakens.
I guarantee
there's a kraken there. There's a kraken. I guarantee it.
And all I can say is I've always been fascinated with Mars.
Yeah.
The Bermuda Triangle. Like that's some.
Oh, it's real. Real, baby.
I guarantee you, there's some kind of mystical fucking crack in there.
Atlantis
just gobbles up everything.
Yep,
I know it.
And Liam Neeson's just waiting to release him.
Probably.
You know that shit on Pirates of the Caribbean where like the fucking ship flips upside down and then the world flips. That's what happens there.
Maybe.
I guarantee it.
Maybe.
That's how magical the ocean is. I don't know, but I guarantee there's a monster there.
Oh, I guarantee.
There's all kinds of monsters.
Actually, there's a new movie called what
The Meg?
The Meg, yes.
Yeah, The Meg.
The Meg.
Why did they call it The Meg instead of just Meg?
I don't know.
I think that would have been great because that would have that could have been Meg from Family Guy. It could have been Meg. It could have been a girl movie. Like people would have been confused.
I'm excited though.
I am too. Jason Statham.
Jason Statham
in a Megalodon movie.
That's
great. That's great stuff. I don't know. Chris may not watch it though because he ain't about that shark life.
Oh no, I will.
I hope Mastodon's doing the soundtrack.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a Jaws podcast one day, so you guys got to watch it.
Megalodon, it fascinates me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Regular sharks don't. They're just scary. Megalodon, I mean, that's
some scurry.
That's fascinating.
It's like tornadoes, scurry but fascinating.
Yeah.
We need to throw a twister in our hat. By the way.
Okay.
We need to do that. I talk about that all day long. I've seen that movie a billion times, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
I have watched it a billion times.
Except for the 3 times I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I make up for everybody in the world.
I've seen it like 1.5.
I can compensate for everyone in this country who's seen it. It's maybe unhealthy. I don't know. Anyway, I think I said something about closing statements like a long time ago.
Yeah. 30 minutes.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah, if you're still listening, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Robocop,
very much.
Robocop. I just like getting off track because really, what else would we do if we're not us. We're not us when we're on track.
No. Yeah, we're not you when you're hungry.
yeah, I'm not Chris when I'm hungry. Anyway, I'm gonna put these.
RoboCop's real good.
It's real good. I'm gonna put these Macho Movie glasses on to end the show. Yeah. These are my look at me. These are my glasses now. So
no, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
By God, you're gonna start.
Nope. Like Harrison Ford in Air Force One.
Yeah, get off my damn plane. Or some shit, whatever he said.
No, he says that.
Oh, okay. Well, get off my damn podcast.